Inside the ruins, Rin hears a sigh that is not of a person but of fire. The flames swirl into the shape of a child with fiery eyes and a choked voice that whispers, "We were burned for belief." The wall trembles, revealing a series of images, a ritual, a boy, and a hand pushing him into the pit of fire. Rin sees herself, but as another being. "You carry our fire, remember. Fire is no longer a weapon. It is memory, and memory knows no lies." Rin gazes at the fire as it twists, unveiling fragmented memories of a past ritual where individuals congregate with expressions of fear and devotion. A close-up reveals Rin's face lit by the dancing flames, confusion and realization washing over her as she confronts the weight of the memories surging within her. Episode 2. Memories flood into Rin's mind like a rushing tide. He sees himself, or someone who looks like him, standing before a council clad in black robes. "This child is a danger," one voice declares. "No, it is the key," another counters. The debate culminates in a ritual, flames erupting around him. Rin gasps, his own hands catching fire, slipping from his control. The flames speak, screaming for justice to be served. A voice whispers in his mind, "The traitor still lives." But who is the traitor? And why does the fire still remember? As Rin struggles within the blaze, his emotions rage like the fire itself, transforming fear into fury. The council members stand frozen, their eyes wide with a combination of awe and dread, captivated by the unfolding chaos. In the shadows of the chamber, a figure remains hidden, their gaze locked on Rin, revealing secrets that could alter everything. Who holds the key to unlocking his past, and what sacrifices lie ahead? Episode 3. Rin collapsed onto the blazing ground. A vision materialized in the ashes, a man with half a metal face, eyes red as glowing coals. "I created you," he said. "Who are you?" Ryan gasped. "I am your father." In a very twisted sense. He vanished like flames extinguished by the wind. But from the remaining ashes, a shard emerged, engraved with ancient ether symbols glimmering like frozen blood. Rin grasped it, her heart racing. Who was he? And why did that gaze feel strangely familiar? Rin stood in a dim room, gripping the shard tightly. Her eyes wide as she focused on a flickering light that cast eerie shadows around her. In her hand, the ancient symbols on the shard glowed faintly, mirroring her worried expression as she faced the gravity of her newfound reality. That night, Rin dreamt of his eyes blazing with fire. Upon waking, everything around him was scorched. He peered into a puddle. His eyes were now two brilliant red rubies. The flames no longer raged outside. They were alive within his blood. Ether had awakened. Yet Rin's body was not ready. Every muscle trembled, skin blistering only to heal moments later. If he couldn't gain control soon, he would become his own self-immolating flame. Rin stood there, beads of sweat trickling down his face as he fought against the overwhelming power coursing through his veins. A menacing shadow seemed to breathe down his neck, embodying his internal struggle as flickers of red sparks ignited in the air around him. In a desperate attempt to master his abilities, Rin settled into a meditative stance, focusing intently on the streams of fiery energy swirling around him. A brilliant flash of light suddenly filled the room, showcasing Rin's fierce determination as he battled to rein in the chaotic flames dancing around him. Episode 5. The ground beneath Rin cracks open, pulling him down into a dark pit. An underground world quietly reveals itself, filled with dust and fractured stone statues. As Rin walks through the darkness, he hears sobbing. No, it's moaning. The trapped souls in the ash extend their hands, their eyes burning red. Free us! A massive creature rises from the coal, enveloped in black fire ether. Not all flames are warm. Some flames only consume pain. Rin stands frozen in shock, surrounded by the ethereal ghosts whose hands reach out in desperation as they plead for liberation from their fiery prison. The colossal beast looms before him, its eyes glowing like molten lava, while tendrils of dark flame swirl around its massive form, casting eerie shadows on the walls. Rin takes a cautious step closer to the massive creature, his heart racing as fear and determination surge within him, the cries of the ghosts still echoing in the background. A detailed view of the beast shows its jagged teeth and rough scales pulsating with dark energy as the atmosphere around thickens with an ominous, oppressive presence. In this intense moment, a black beast lets out a roaring cry, sending fiery sparks flying. Ryan barely manages to dodge, feeling a searing pain on his shoulder from the burn. Rather than flee, he closes his eyes, allowing the ether within him to respond. A brilliant column of red fire shoots forth. The two flames clash, but the dark fire consumes most of the crimson light. You cannot defeat fire with fire, echoes a haunting voice from the past. Adjusting his strategy, Rin decides not to fight with brute strength, but to harness the power of memory. An image flashes in his mind, the technique to seal the black fire, but he knows he only has one chance to try. Concentrating deeply, Rin pictures ancient runes illuminating the space around him, symbols that signify the fragile harmony between elements. The atmosphere buzzes with raw energy as spectral lights dance around him, creating a protective shield that starts to push back the lurking dark flames. Episode 8. The faceless entity moves closer. From its neck, a fragment of a symbol breaks free, identical to the one Rin discovered earlier. It is your true name, the entity declares. Rin gazes into it. This is not just a letter, but a segment of code. Ancient ether code from a time when fire was still a language. He murmurs the code aloud, and the world around him trembles. Do not call that name unless you are ready. Too late. The portal behind him opens, engulfed in flames and strange sounds, the sound of singing. Rin feels the heat intensifying as the fiery portal grows wider, revealing glimpses of otherworldly realms. He steels himself, prepared to face whatever lies beyond, knowing that calling the name carries grave consequences. The air crackles with energy, and the haunting melody becomes louder, echoing through the night. As he steps closer to the threshold, the entity watches him intently, its eyes void of emotion, yet full of ancient knowledge. Time seems to slow, and with each heartbeat, the choice weighs heavily on Rin's soul. Episode 8. The faceless entity moves closer. From its neck, a fragment of a symbol breaks free, identical to the one Rin discovered earlier. It is your true name, the entity declares. Rin gazes into it. This is not just a letter, but a segment of code. Ancient ether code from a time when fire was still a language. He murmurs the code aloud, and the world around him trembles. Do not call that name unless you are ready. Too late. The portal behind him opens, engulfed in flames and strange sounds, the sound of singing. Rin feels the heat intensifying as the fiery portal grows wider, revealing glimpses of otherworldly realms. He steels himself, prepared to face whatever lies beyond, knowing that calling the name carries grave consequences. The air crackles with energy, and the haunting melody becomes louder, echoing through the night. As he steps closer to the threshold, the entity watches him intently, its eyes void of emotion, yet full of ancient knowledge. Time seems to slow, and with each heartbeat, the choice weighs heavily on Rin's soul. Episode 9. Rin steps through the gate and finds herself in a valley cloaked in fire. Yet there is no sound of explosions, only music. The flames here sing. Each melody rises from the ashes, telling the tale of a firebringer who will determine the fate of the world. An ancient soul woven from smoke appears. You have come earlier than destined, it says. So what does destiny say? Rin asks. It has not decided if you are the savior or the destroyer. The air thickens with uncertainty as Rin stands frozen, caught between awe and fear. The spirit continues. Choices shape the destiny you seek. Rin's heart races as she contemplates the weight of her decisions. In the distance, shadows loom, signaling the arrival of those who may challenge her fate. With determination in her eyes, Rin takes a deep breath and steps forward, ready to confront whatever lies ahead. Episode 10. The spirit leads Rin to an ash-covered hill where a purple flame burns brightly. "This fire is the prophecy. Touch it and know your fate," the spirit says. Ryan hesitates, but then he reaches out his hand. A vision appears: two futures. One world reborn from ash and another consumed by fire. "The choice is yours," the fire whispers. Rin pulls his hand back, his eyes ignited with a new spark. And for the first time he asks himself, if fire is born to destroy, do I have the power to change it? Filled with uncertainty, Rin contemplates the paths laid before him, caught between hope and despair. He can feel the weight of destiny pressing down on his shoulders. The spirit continues to watch its presence, offering him strength. Every choice you make echoes through time, it reminds him softly. Rin takes a deep breath, feeling the heat from the flame as it dances, urging him to decide. With a resolute heart, he steps closer, once more ready to embrace whatever fate awaits.